Friends, page number 58 in your book, or you can watch on the screen also and listen to me carefully. The twins, in form and feature, face and limb, I grew so like my brother that folks got taking me for him and each for one another. It puzzled all our kith and kin. It reached a fearful pitch. For one of us was born a twin, yet not a soul knew which. One day, to make the matter worse, before our names were fixed, as we were being washed by nurse, we got completely mixed. And thus, you see, by fate's decree, or rather nurse's whim, my brother John got christened me and I got christened him. This fatal likeness even dogged my footsteps when at school, and I was always getting flogged. For John turned out a fool. I put this question fruitlessly to everyone I knew. What would you do if you were me to prove that you were you? Our close resemblance turned the tide of my domestic life, for somehow my intended bride became my brother's wife. In fact, year after year, the same absurd mistakes went on, and when I died, the neighbors came and buried Brother John. This poem is composed by Henry Sembroke Lane. So, you have listened to the poem, and now let us learn it in detail with proper understanding. This poem is a situational hyperbole. Before listening to the poem, we have seen what is hyperbole. This entire poem is a situational hyperbole. This is very important characteristic of this poem. In form and feature, face and limb, I grew so like my brother. So, one of the twins is the narrator of the poem. The narrator of this poem is one of the twins. In form and feature, face and limb, I grew so like my brother. Form, feature and face. So the sound fo, in the very first line of the poem, sound fo is repeated thrice. So it is an example of alliteration. What is alliteration? We have learned last year. Alliteration is a figure of speech. The sound ho is repeated thrice in form. Initial sound ho. In feature, again initial sound ho. Again face, initial sound ho. So sound ho is repeated thrice. So this is an example of alliteration in the very first line of the poem. In form and feature, face and limb, I grew so like my brother. So these two lines tell us that the narrator and his brother, they both are identical twins. Their physical appearance is alike, means the same. There is a very close resemblance that one can't identify who is who. that fox got taking me for him. F-O-L-K-S. Fox means people. Do not say F-O-X. It is F-O-L-K-S. Sound L is silent in pronunciation. So this is F-O-L-K-S, meaning people. So people are confused and they got taking me for him. Here the word taking, do not take again the literal dictionary meaning of the word taking. Taking here, mistaking. People make mistake in identify them because of the confusion in their very close appearance. It puzzled all our kith and kin. Puzzle means confused. So the narrator says that his and his identical twins brothers' physical appearance confuses, puzzles all their close relatives. Puzzle, confuse. And kith and kin, collocation, means blood relatives or close relatives. Again you have here another example of alliteration. It puzzled all our kith and kin. Initial sound k is repeated twice in kith and kin. It is an example of alliteration. It reached a fearful pitch. So the resemblance of the identical twins created a climax. Many times the narrator says it reached to fearful pitch, means there are some incidents or happenings which are very serious due to their resemblance or similarity in physical appearance. It reached a fearful pitch. Yet not a soul knew which, means nobody knows who is who. So this is the first stanza. Second line I forgot to tell you, I grew so like my brother. I am sorry. I grew so like my brother. Here I means narrator and my brother means identical twin brother. So they are compared with each other. I grew so like my brother. So here the important word is like, and this is an indicator. Last year we have studied it. This word is an indicator of comparison. In poetry we call it, it's a figure of speech, we call it simile. S-I-M-I-L-E. So this is an example of simile. I grew so like my brother. Then yet not a soul knew which. This is an example of hyperbole. Yet not a soul knew which. Here we have two figures of speech in the last line of the first stanza. I write the example on the board, line on the board. Just wait a minute. Yet not a soul knew which. Not initial sound no in not, and though you see here spelling in letter k, but sound is no in new, K-N-E-W, new. Sound Initial sound is no. So initial sound no in not and in new means sound no is repeated twice. It is an example of alliteration. Let us proceed to the next stanza. Now, 4 different incidents have been explained or depicted by the poet or the narrator here in this poem. First incident or happening in the narrator's life, and here is hyperbole. One day, to make the matter worse, before our names were fixed, as we were being washed by nurse, we got completely mixed. Means this was the naming ceremony as per the Christian faith, and the nurse was bathing them, and while bathing she was confused due to the close resemblance in physical appearance. So the narrator tells the first incident in his life, that he was the victim of being twins, that he got his brother's name John. And then next happening, the fatal likeness ever dogged, means continued to follow, dogged, used as a verb. It continued to follow him, means the narrator chased him. So when he says my footsteps when at school, means when the narrator started to go to school, when he was admitted to school along with his identical twin brother, there were many unexpected and unfortunate incidents with him. Whenever his brother behaved mischievously, the punishment was given to the narrator. And when at school, and I was always getting flogged, means whipped, punished, for John turned out a fool. I put this question fruitlessly, means in vain. This was in vain question, but he would claim, why do you punish me? I did not do anything, but it was fruitless, because maybe the teachers also be confused to see them, and that's why the narrator says he was always the victim in school also. He would ask everyone, what would you do if you were me, to prove that you were you? So this was a fruitless question. And again, one more very humorous incident happened in the narrator's life is depicted here by the poet. So the reader has a fun here while reading or listening to the poem. What is it? It is very funny incident. Our close resemblance turned the tide. it's a phrase, an expression. Turn the tide means what? Turn the tide means change the situation. So this incident, what I am going to tell you now, changed the narrator's entire life. How? Our close resemblance, resemblance means, resemble is a verb, means look alike or appear the same. So noun form, word formation. Suffix ans. Resemblance means similarity. So our close resemblance changed the situation of my domestic life, means personal life. Why? For somehow my intended bride became my brother's wife. Intended, proposed bride, a girl to be married. So narrator says his intended bride was his brother's wife. So this was a terrific change in the narrator's life. What he says. So here is the humor created due to this line. And last 4 lines of the poem. In fact, year after year the same absurd mistakes went on. Absurd, foolish mistakes went on. Means such mistakes happened throughout the life of the narrator, being an identical twin. And last 2 lines are imaginary. And when I died, the neighbors came and buried brother John. Again, last line is the example of alliteration as well as hyperbole. Because this is exaggerated statement, overstatement. This never happens. That the speaker, how can any person who dies and then he tells the incident after his death? This is not possible. This is impossible. So, and why is it alliteration? Initial sound b in buried and brother repeated twice. So this is an example of alliteration, and this is overstatement. So when I died, the neighbors came and buried brother John. So together these 2 lines, last 2 lines, is an example of hyperbole. One more example of hyperbole is, for somehow my intended bride became my brother's wife. This is also an example of hyperbole. My brother John got christened me and I got christened him. Example of hyperbole. The entire poem is a situational hyperbole. So this poem is very interesting, simple to understand, and a humorous poem. So this we have learnt. Now the only last point, the appreciation, how to write the appreciation of the poem. Very quickly I will demonstrate here. So please read it carefully. Now appreciation of the poem. The title of the poem is The Twins. This poem has been composed, you can write the word written, by Henry Sambrook Leigh. the rhyme scheme of the poem. Let us go to the lines. The last sound of the word in each line should be rhymed. This way, last year we have studied how to find the rhyme scheme of the poem. In form and feature, face and limb. So the last sound is limb, bo. Second line, last sound brother, r. Third line, him. So first sound rhymes with the third, limb, him. So first A and again third A. Now second brother. So B, A, B, again A and another B. So A, B, A, B. Limb, brother, him, brother. So limb, him, A, brother, another, B, B. So the rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, A, B. The figures of speech used in the poem are alliteration, simile, and hyperbole. Few important points are incomplete. I have no enough space, so I clean a couple of lines. The problem faced by identical twins has been depicted, means described, in the poem in a very humorous way. This poem is a situational hyperbole. It is written in the lighter vein. Means written in lighter vein means the serious happenings have been depicted or described in a funny way, humorous way. So it is written in a lighter vein it helps to create humor. So this is an interesting poem. You learn again, and if you have any doubt, can ask me on my personal WhatsApp number. So wish you all the best. Thank you.